Welcome to lesson 3 of Who Am I? Your Self-Identity Toolkit class. Really excited you're here. I hope you had a ton of fun in lesson number 2. I definitely did. I hope you have looked around your Tarot and Oracle collection and selected 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, 10, how many you want decks that meet the criteria or that you felt like you're called to work to. Share with me on Instagram or on YouTube or on any other platform. Share with me what you have selected. I'd be so curious to see what your choices are. And now in this class, I'm going to give you tips about how to best use this workbook because my workbooks are very particular. My workbooks are particular because each one for each class is strategically designed. This is not about just throwing at you a ton of questions that are random. I really think, and I take a lot of pride in my workbooks, I really think about if I were to buy this, what benefit do I want to get out of it? And so I really put a lot of work and thought into my workbooks. So in this workbook, so far, this class, out of all my a la carte classes to this day, so far at least, has the most questions and has an extra spread. And that's all for a reason because it just had to be included in here. As you go through your workbook, you get, of course, you get, how to select your decks, the page that goes with your, why am I blanking out? With your how to choose deck. And then we get to questions that are broken down into 3 parts. Again, like I said, very strategic. The first part is focuses on exploring your personality. Your personality is part of your identity. Your personality is part of what makes you who you are. So you get 18 questions to explore part of your personality. Then you get to 16 questions of your identity. Sorry, the light changes every time I hold up a paper. I need to figure out if there's a way for me to adjust it. Anybody watching this that is complete computer and light brilliant people, please let me know, help me out, help a girl out here. And then you have questions on your ideal self, 14 questions, because we all have a sense of self that is ideal, that we're striving for. So I want to help you explore those things. Now, that's a lot of questions. How do I recommend for you to tackle them? You don't need to go through each one section until you get to the next one. You can if you want to, but it's a lot. I'm giving you a lot because I want you to, I'm assuming you're going to look through the questions and pick out, ideally, and I'm hoping, pick out the ones that interest you the most and pick out the ones that you feel, ooh, I don't want to go there. Those questions are going to tell you the most about you right now. You can pick and choose from different sections. You can pick as many from one section and just focus on that right now. Get creative. There is no one way to go through this. They're all meant for you to just have fun and explore different parts of yourself. Now, these questions are also amazing for journaling. Of course, they're intended to be used with tarot, but they don't have to be. A lot of us are trying to break into journaling, and a lot of us are trying to get better at journaling. Well, guess what? In the morning, if you're doing this classic artist way morning pages and you have nothing to write about, just pick a question. Just pick a question. For example, what's my biggest talent? Okay. Pick a question, start writing about it. What is the part of my personality that others see, but is not visible to me? Start journaling, start writing. You'd be amazed what's going to come out. So this is how you can tackle the questions. Now, you get in this class 4 strategically designed spreads, and you get a master key spread. Each one of my a la carte classes, if you've taken more than one, you already know this, comes with a master key. What I call master key is a universal spread, meant to be like a beautiful master key you hold in your hand that helps you unlock any one of these questions. Any one of these questions you can take and dig deeper with this universal master key. This is why you have it, because it's going to be applicable to each one of the questions. And this one is taken from Anna Cortez, and then I modified it to make it my own and tweaked it. It's called a bridge spread. And in this one, what you do is you're going to lay out 5 cards, and you're going to pick a single question, and then you're going to go even deeper into that question. You're going to see where you're at in regard to the question, where you're crossing over to, or where you need to cross over, so hence the bridge. What's underneath that you need to let go? I always think about it like water under the bridge. What do you need to disregard? What do you need to carry over? And an extra card. What is the message for you, higher good? Or what is the guidance? Or what are your spirit guides are communicating to you? This master key spread, as I always share with you, is a spread that I love. It's a spread that if you ever got a professional tarot reading from me, I use. It's my #1 favorite because it has just enough cards and it gives you just enough meatiness. I encourage you to just keep it as a spread to go to with any other tarot readings you're doing for yourself or for your clients. It's that good. So you get this master key spread. Now, 2, 4 really amazing spreads I have for you. Let me explain them. The first one is Shedding Old Self spread. This is a spread I designed to help you figure out which part of your identity you need to shed, like a snake shedding its skin. Which one is just right? You need to know right now that you need to let go. It's no longer you. It doesn't serve you. It doesn't work for you anymore. And then which one now, which archetypal energy you need to step into. This is the spread where you will be using majors only for those 2 cards, because for dealing with the potency, you can substitute and use oracle cards that feel potent to you. And then you're going to go deeper into that. And you're going to have a 5 question spread to go deeper into the shedding spread. The second spread that I have designed for you is called Unapologetic Ownership of Self. I know that sometimes we have parts of ourselves we're holding back that we need to own. We need to be empowered by. Maybe what you're holding back is you love for tarot and oracle decks. Maybe you really want to share with others. You love for tarot and oracle cards, but you're holding back because you're afraid that you're going to be judged. Maybe you're afraid that your loved community is going to say that it's something bad or evil, or going to look at you differently, or going to see you in a different light. So this is a great example of holding back part of yourself that you would rather come to the front. That's what the spread is aimed to do. It aimed to help you see what you're holding back, and then 6 card draw to go deeper into it. And this one, again, we're going to use majors, or you can use any oracles. Remember, I showed you a lot of potent oracle decks, goddesses, gods, archetypally potent decks to draw from. I love the spread. Now, next spread you have is called Mystery Self Spread. This one is aimed to look in the unconscious part of your identity. Remember how I said there's 3 parts of you, pillars of identity? See how this is all very structured. In class #1, I said that our identity is composed of how we see ourselves. Then it is composed of how others see us, which is, by the way, you're holding yourself back because of how others see you, and our unconscious self that is not yet accessible to us. So the mystery step is meant to, for the part of you that you're not conscious of yet, but wants to come out. And again, you're going to use oracle, potent majors for the spread, as you can see, and then 3 cards to dig even deeper. And finally, the last spread is, again, that pillar, how do others see us, right? But in this case, it's a little bit reversed. I want it to be a little bit more, make it a little bit more flip for you. Like I said, as a psychologist, this was so much fun for me to create this. This one is called Seeing Self in Others. We as people tend to project onto others. And one of the things we tend to project is our self-identity and parts of our identity that we are trying to disown. because we see it as bad. So one of the two most common things we tend to do when we look at other people is we tend to either idealize them, meaning tend to really love them, like thinks about them, hold them in high regard, think that they're amazing, or we tend to devalue them. We tend to think that their behavior is not good, maybe we judge them, uh, we don't like them. That's devaluing somebody. So we tend to do this tango dance, idealize, devalue, idealize, devalue. We all have people in our lives that we think are amazing, and we all have people in our lives that we think are not so amazing. This spread is aimed to help you see how you are unconsciously entangled in this dance. You're going to pick two cards, again, from a potent, either majors only or a potent deck. One card, what do I idealize in somebody else, and what do I devalue? And then you get four cards that's going to help you to see what you idealize, which is positive aspect of your identity, how can you incorporate it in, and what you devalue, which is a negative part of your identity, what can you do? How can you work on owning it, accepting it, but also work on not incorporating it so much. So this is a great, great spread. And as I mentioned, you do get every single deck I shown to you on your last page. So that way you don't have to, but if you want to purchase it, go for it. But this is how your book is structured. Those spreads are very specific to look into those three pillars of identity. The questions are designed are all very, very specific too, as well to look into those aspects of identity. Use the universal key spread for any one of those questions. Use those specific spreads that I designed for you to look deeper into those themes. And I'm so excited for you. Thank you so very much again for trusting me as your teacher, trusting me as, I would say to some extent, guide, if I may. If I may honor myself with that word, guide of some sorts, guiding you, holding that flashlight to help you illuminate parts of yourself by creating this offering for you. I am really, really excited for you, most of all, because you're taking the time to commit to yourself. Doing this type of work or any kind of work is commitment to yourself. It is a self-love work, and it's definitely, definitely a work of investing in yourself, which is so invaluable. So thank you very much. Have fun with the class. Enjoy answering all of those questions. Share with me and keep me in touch how things are going for you. And I wish you all of the best.